Today's Sunshine Note is titled, A Verbal Beating from a High School Dancer. But in your hearts set apart Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect, keeping a clear conscience so that those who speak maliciously against your good behavior in Christ may be ashamed for their slander. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 15 and 16. My hands clenched into tight balls. About 80 pairs of eyes watched my sluggish march across the front of the room, filled with public high school students who had just spent the last half hour listening to a presentation on Seventh-day Adventist belief as part of their world religions class. My part was to wrap up the class with a question and answer time. The part about the belief was what had made me nervous. My friend, in a moment of spontaneity, had gotten up and rattled off a list of things that Adventists weren't allowed to do: eat pork, dance, go to movies, wear jewelry, attend church any day but Sabbath, etc. It was after she had finished and rushed away from the podium that I started my long march. Silence, fidgeting, death by the sheer absence of sound. Then a young girl stood to her feet in the back row. I am a dancer, she said, a slight quiver in her voice. I dance because it's part of who I am and how I express myself. I don't dance for any sexual reasons or anything like that, and I don't go to the clubs. I dance because I have to be me and because I feel like there's no other way to show that to the world. Are you telling me that I'm going to hell because I dance? I didn't know what to say, and frankly, the class went downhill from there. That day we had given our peers the impression that what we believed in was a lot of negatives. Sometimes we Adventists are called to give accounts for what we believe. Maybe your time won't be as dramatic as mine, but it will come if it hasn't already. Peter says we are to be ready to give an answer for the hope we have. Hope is positive, not negative. We are to focus on the good things, not the things we don't do or can't do. Who wants to join a group that lives by a big list of no's? Why not focus on a weekly vacation day, living 11 years longer than the rest of the world, not worrying about ghosts, looking forward to Christ's coming, and so much more? In both our actions and our words, let's exhibit the hope that we have and the relationship with Jesus that gives us that hope. Are you ready to share that? May God bless you today.